Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, it's day 2, and hopefully you were able to catch the video yesterday where we utilized some of the packaging from our embellishments to create some fun embellishments and ephemera. Here are some of the items that we created yesterday, and if you did happen to miss that post, I will leave a link for you in the notes below. But today we're going to do something a little fun. We're going to go ahead and create a couple of cards using some of the items that we created yesterday. The paper stack that I'm going to be working with is from 7 Gypsies, and it's called Ordre du Jour. It's an 8x8 double-sided paper stack, and it's got some wonderful paper to choose from. I'm going to be creating a layered card with some of the items I created yesterday, along with some of the papers from this paper stack. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, when you are utilizing some of the cardboard in the backings from the packaging that we get that hold all of our embellishments, it enables you to create some wonderful layers on your cards. Not only can you add some more mixed media items, but you can create several layers. Now, the layers do add weight to your card, so it's important that you do use quality cardstock. And using some of this cardboard from your packaging enables you to put on several layers, as I will be doing with this card. The stamp set that I'm working with is from Graphic 45, and it's the typography set, and it has some really great stamps to work with. For this particular card, I chose to use Stays On ink. This ink tends to dry a little bit faster, and because the packaging did have a glossy finish, I wanted to make sure that it didn't smear. The ephemera pack that I'm working with is also from 7 Gypsies, and it's called Small Receipts. It has some really great ephemera to choose from, and I was able to choose a really nice, bold receipt to layer with. As you recall, this heart that I'm working with currently is something we created yesterday from the paper stack, and it mats nicely onto this receipt. I was also able to incorporate the 2 little hearts that I punched out yesterday from some more packaging. Now, counting the heart, I now have 5 layers on this card, and I'm still able to add a 6th layer, which is this metal item. Now, if there's one tip that I can give you when you are putting together layered cards, is you have to use quality cardstock. Because we did use the backing of the packaging, we actually have some cardboard on this card, which helps the integrity of the structure of the card. I'm also going to be using some white cardstock for the base, which is 120 pounds, and that is pretty sturdy cardstock. The last thing you want to do is put together a nice, beautiful layered card and put it on some flimsy white cardstock. Most people like to display the cards that they receive, and if you don't have very sturdy cardstock, then a weighted card is just going to tumble over, and you really don't want that to happen, especially if you are selling your cards. Now, for this second card, I am using the paper from the same paper stack, and I am matting it onto some craft paper just like I did the other card. But for this card, we're going to actually create a background using some rub-ons from 7 Gypsies. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I love to work with rub-ons. But it isn't very often that I'll create an entire background with rub-ons, so this is something a little bit new for us. Now, it could be that I decided to create the background using the entire sheet because I did get a new tool for transferring the rub-ons. But I'm going to go ahead and stick to the story that it was the design that enticed me to use the entire backing, and not the fact that I had a fun new toy to play with. Now, if you've never worked with rub-ons before, you want to make sure that when you are lifting up the transfer sheet, that you do it really slowly. There are occasions that the transfer will not go onto the paper completely, so if you lift it up slowly, you'll still be able to go back and add a little bit more pressure to some of the areas that didn't transfer completely and still not ruin your design. Now, I don't know about you, but I was thrilled with the way that the background turned out on this card. It created a really unique background, and I thought it was going to go really nicely with a black heart that I plan on putting in the middle of this clock. Now, if you recall from the video yesterday, this clock die cut is one of the items that we cut out using some recycled cardboard. And I had sprayed it yesterday using some tattered angels. But I still thought it needed just a little bit more, so I did come in today and add some distress paint. Now, you might be thinking that it's a little strange to put a black heart on a romantic card, but I really like the way that the black worked with the black rub-ons on the base of the card. I thought it made a really nice contrast, but I didn't want it to be just a black heart. And that's why I decided to come in with the washi tape that had the keys attached to it. I thought it was a nice way to tone down the black, if you will, so that way it doesn't look like I'm just having a black heart right in the middle of my clock. It actually looks like I wanted it to be the design, which is really what I was going for. And again, just like I did with the other card, I am able to add a couple of metal objects. The first object that I'm adding is a pen nib from the Tim Holtz Ideology collection. And then right in the middle of the black heart, I will be adding a black key from 7 Gypsies. And I'll be attaching the key using some twine. And as a final embellishment, I am adding this typewriter that I cut out from the 7 Gypsies paper stack. I thought this really tied in well with the background and the theme that I was going for. So I hope that you've enjoyed the process of putting together these 2 cards using some recycled items that we created yesterday. Be sure to leave me a comment before you head out and let me know what you thought of the 2 videos together. As always, I will create a list of all the products that I used to create these cards, as well as the links to the stores. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you head out. And again, if you've enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. All right, everybody, I really appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you again next time. Take care.